Proverbs chapter 5. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me now therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel, lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger, and thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, How have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breasts satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings. His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. Amen.
Blessed children of God, Proverbs chapter 5 warns us to stay away from temptation and unfaithfulness. It teaches us to value purity, faithfulness, and self-control. God calls us to remain committed in our relationships and to avoid choices that may seem attractive at first but lead to pain and destruction. True joy and blessing come from living a life of integrity and honoring God in our actions. There was a young man named Kiran who had a good life and a loving family. One day he met someone who spoke very kindly and attracted his attention. Her words were sweet and her presence made him feel special. At first, Kiran knew something was not right. He remembered the values his parents had taught him. But slowly he began to ignore those warnings. He told himself, "It's harmless, nothing will happen." As days passed, he spent more time listening to those sweet words, drifting further away from what he knew was right. The happiness he felt was only temporary. Soon, confusion, guilt, and broken trust began to fill his life. One day, sitting alone and troubled, Kiran realized his mistake. He remembered the wisdom he had once ignored. With a heavy heart, he chose to turn back, rebuild his life, and walk in the right path again. From that day, he learned what looks sweet at the beginning can lead to bitterness if it is not right in God's eyes. Dear friends, be careful of what attracts your heart and attention. Not everything that looks good is good for you. Stay rooted in God's wisdom, choose faithfulness, and walk in purity. When you honor God in your choices, He will protect your life and fill it with true joy and peace. God bless you.